Shifting focus now, Nepal's Home Minister has resigned from his post. This comes as the country is facing the deadliest protest in recent times. 16 people have lost their lives. Over 70 have been left injured during those massive protests in the capital Kathmandu against the government's sweeping social media ban. Now, in the latest, the army has been deployed in the capital to control the situation. Thousands of protesters, water cannons, tear gas. There is chaos outside the parliament as the youth smashed through the police lines and stormed through the restricted zones. One protester The latest images showing those protesters on the streets of Kathmandu, chanting slogans, holding banners.
I'm protesting because there are unfinished roads and many problems are unresolved. And for these solutions, I believe that as a army IRA, this is just the beginning of all the solutions. So I believe showing anger and showing motivation that this nation can change, I believe that we all can also change as well with the nation.
More than 70 people have been injured. They are undergoing treatment. What started out as frustrated social media posts has now exploded into one of the most dramatic youth uprisings in the country's history. In fact, the city's roads filled with students and young adults waving those placards, chanting and fighting for the right to connect. According to reports in the local media, curfew has been imposed in some parts of the capital. The police had to use water cannons and tear gas as few protesters tried to enter the parliament building. Nepal's sudden ban of 26 social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, sparked the outrage. For the hyper-connected youth, this was not just about losing access to those platforms. It was about government censorship, the corruption, and the decades of elite neglect. In fact, the government's cabinet decided last week to give the social media companies 7 days to register in Nepal and to establish a point of contact, designate a resident grievance handling officer and a compliance officer. The decision came after a Supreme Court order in September last year. Nepal passed a directive in 2023 that required social media platforms to register and establish a local presence. And our correspondent Saloni Murarka has been tracking those developments, getting us the latest from on the ground.
You can see behind me, there's a still clash going on between both the sides. There have been, police have fired over 500 tear gases. Several people have been injured with rubber bullets that have been fired from the other side. However, the situation is still not under control. Property has been damaged. As you can see, the condition around the road, where all the destructions and the stone pelting that took place in the past few hours, the tear gases that have been fired continuously. APF has deployed more officials on ground. However, the situation is still not under control. Many people, as we speak, barged inside the parliament building. This is one of the gates of the parliament, of the Nepal parliament. And as you can see, just a while back, many of the protesters, they barged inside the building, and even many of the police officials have been injured.
And let's go straight across now to Saloni Murarka, who's with us live on the phone line. Saloni, we are understanding that the latest at this point being that the Home Minister of the country has also stepped down amid those heated protests, dramatic images that you've been getting to us as well from on the ground. Tell us more at this point.
Yes, that's right, because what we saw, it began as a peaceful demonstration early in the morning, like after 9, 10 o'clock. And so the protest, which was led by the Chinese activists and intensifies. Across Nepal, not only in Kathmandu, in fact. Following which the Home Minister's role has started to begin in question. Many of his own party leaders questioned his role and condemned the use of the force that led to a high number of casualties. To which, as per the sources, the Home Minister has accepted his responsibility, and he said that the meeting agreed that Lekhak must resign. That's the Home Minister's name, Ramesh Lekhak. And he accepted the responsibility. But he has not resigned yet, but it is expected to come out soon. As the situation unfolded on ground, the Home Minister was under fire for the heavy-handed response to the movement. And as we speak, he is preparing to step down, but officially the resignation letter has not been handed over, on which we'll be quickly receiving some updates.
All right, we're leaving it there for the moment. Thanks very much for joining us with those updates. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.